Hey everybody, this episode was supposed to be out last week, but I was having some tech issues and couldn't get it out. Please follow me on Twitter at JasonMarshall2, that's the number 2, or like the We Don't Have Cookies Facebook page to find out what's going on if there isn't a show up. I'll have links to both of those in the show notes. I want to say thanks to Choo Choo Stew, who included a clip of WDHC on his podcast, The Podcast Factor. Please check that out. I was also a guest on Dave Nelson's podcast, Comedy A Go-Go. Check that out too. If you want to contact me, send me an email, jason@wedon'thavecookies.com, or call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail. Here's the show.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey everybody, thanks for downloading the show. I was really hoping to have Rhoda Young on today to talk about her stand-up comedy debut on Mother's Day at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. Unfortunately, I haven't heard from her in a little while, so I'm sure she's a hell of a lot busier now than she was when she first started appearing on the podcast, but hopefully she'll be on again real soon. Joining me right now is the most fitting guest to have on after Mother's Day, and it's the mother of all mothers, or maybe I should just say the mama of all mamas. It's Mama Kate. How you doing?
Good. I'm here again. Woo!
Last time, I guess you were on longer than any guest on that episode, but it seemed kind of short for as much history as you've had on the show. Like I said, it's only fitting to have you back on this episode. How was your Mother's Day? With so many kids, it's got to be kind of like Christmas, but just for you.
Yeah.
I guess some people call that birthdays.
Yeah, well, I get two guilt-free days a year. That's my birthday and Christmas, or not Christmas, my birthday and Mother's Day. Christmas is like the mom challenge. Like, it's like the mom Olympics, you know? There's nothing, I don't even, like, nobody in my family buys me a present. None of my kids or my husband buy me a present for Christmas. So Santa brings everybody something but me. I look like I have been very naughty every year. And nobody ever questions it because nobody's noticed that I haven't got a present. Like, none of the kids are like, gee, Santa didn't bring you anything. And I'm like, gee, Santa's a dick. What can I say? But, yeah. So anyway, Mother's Day, my birthday, those are my two guilt-free days that I reserve to do whatever I want, which is generally to have everyone leave me the hell alone. So, my husband, Andy, got up early and he started coffee and he got the kids up and he made them clean the house. I got up in the meantime and I heard him say, come on, we're going to clean up. And I was like, oh, there is no way I'm going downstairs. So I just turned around and went right back in my room and went back to bed for a little bit. So then when I got up, he took the kids and he went to go see his mom and my mom, but my mom wasn't home. I'd also like to say that I called my mom at home. I called my mom on her cell phone. I texted my mom. I heard nothing back from my mom all day, but I feel like my requirements were met. So that's cool. You know, I feel like there's an understanding between mothers. So you're like, you're a mother, I'm a mother, but like all I want is just people to not talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because generally, if people in my house are talking to me, it's because they want me to do something, which just starts a chain of like one kid hears a kid ask for something and then the next kid's like, oh, hey, if you're going to get what he wants, here's what I want. You know, it just starts a never ending chain of what everybody wants. It's always stuff I have to do. I just prefer not to talk to people.
I realized today I didn't wish my mother-in-law a happy Mother's Day. And I felt pretty bad about it. And the only reason I even noticed, see, she doesn't have a cell phone, so I can't just call her.
That's weird.
And she was at work, so I feel weird if I call where she works because she works at a hospital.
Yeah.
And that's really awkward. She's in the emergency room of the hospital. I think they have more shit going on.
Yeah, more pressing matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's giving CPR. She's like, hello, happy Mother's Day.
I just blank on social media. I don't even think about it. She just got a Facebook page a year or two ago, but it just doesn't occur to me to post something on Facebook anymore. And today I noticed I had a bunch of posts on my Facebook page from her, which I swear to God, she uses my Facebook page way more than I do.
She's like, well, if you're not going to use it.
So I'm scrolling through liking all the stuff.
Mhm.
And then I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't
That's
wish
like
her
her
happy
way of
Mother's
telling
Day.
you, like, hey, guess what? You're a dick. I'm going to send this stuff the way you think of me and go, oh, no. I always know when my mother-in-law's been on Facebook because I'll get on one day and I'll have like 49 notifications. It is because my mother-in-law has gone through and liked everything that I've posted, every picture that I put up there, so
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, Vicky's been on today. I know.
Speaking of Facebook, anybody out there listening, if you like the Facebook page, please post on it, because only time I ever post on there is when a new show comes out.
Yeah.
And I don't even post that. I put it in when I publish the show, and I put in what to post on Facebook, and my media host does that for me. So I don't even get on Facebook to post what I put on there,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. I'm sorry, guys, but if you post on there, I'll get a notification and
Maybe
we
you'll
can
look at
interact.
it.
Yeah. I will look at it if you post on there, but chances of me doing it, I don't know. I just blank. And if you would like to be in charge of the Facebook page, you have to prove you're a good person.
A good
And you're not
How do
just
you
going to
prove you're a
like,
good person? A good person or a good social media person? I
A
mean,
good
they have to have an FBI background check.
yeah, that would be cool. If you could provide an FBI background check, I'll just hand the whole damn thing over to you. You won't even be an admin. You'll be the owner. What, you're better than me. I don't think I would come across too good on that. I'm sunburnt as fuck, man.
Why? Well, I guess you were
Well,
outside.
Tell me if this is crazy,
You
but
are the whitest of white people, which I
That
mean,
is
so
true.
am I.
I
We're
got
two
it.
very, very white people in here.
I got a lot of Irish blood in me. That does a lot. A lot of toning down my
Yeah.
my skin color, but I just have been obsessed with raking the yard after I mow. I don't know why. You tell me. Do you
have
think it's
a lot of yard to worry to be obsessing about raking? But I mean, it'll keep you in shape.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. I think it just gets me out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I'm here while everybody else is at school and work and all that, there's something different about being outside with a pair of headphones on
Yeah.
and just
All right. It's my daughter's school.
oh.
Hello. Hey, what's up? Okay. You passed out? Okay. Are you all right? Okay. 'Cause I don't have time to come get you. I'm doing the podcast right now. I'll do a podcast. Phone starts ringing. So I will come get you after I get your brothers. All right. All right, bye.
Is that staying in?
I don't care.
I started raking the lawn,
Mhm.
and then I decided I'm going to plant flowers for Mother's Day for my wife.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't see any flowers.
I think I'll show them to you here in a sec. I think
We actually did plant flowers. Okay.
I underestimated how long this was going to take.
Oh, yeah.
Because I decided to at least double the size of one of the beds out
Mhm.
front and then double the size of the one behind the house and plant in the other bed in front of the house and around the barn and the shed.
Oh.
Yeah. Saying it, that sounds like a lot,
Mhm.
especially when I forgot to mention I was going to add one around the kitchen and then one behind the house
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Like I said, saying it sounds a lot. When you write it down, it doesn't sound that bad.
Well, because in your head, you're probably thinking, gee, I'm going to dig out a hole of dirt, stick a flower in it. But then when you're actually like, hey, guess what? I have to cut all this out. I have to pull all this grass out.
Yeah.
I have to till this dirt, and loosen it all up and pull all the crap that's in it out. And then, the easiest part at that point, because you don't even need anything to plant the flowers because you've loosened the soil. You just move it aside with your hands and stick the flower in there. But yeah,
Exactly.
that tilling up the soil is
That's a bitch.
I've done that. I do that every year.
And I decided to also plant seeds. If you could see my house, I swear I've said this a million times, but I am busier now than I've ever been. If you look at my living room, there's seeds everywhere. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of shit that I need to put up. Like, there's a couple of lights that I'm putting on the outside of the house. And I'm
your cat in his purple cat chair licking his butt.
His favorite pastime. Oh, man, that was a close one. I thought you were going to have to leave there for a minute.
Did you hear what she said?
I heard you say that she passed out.
Oh, no.
I don't know if it came across on the mic or not.
No, they went to Young's for a field trip, and she got hit with a golf club. So.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Damn.
Like, if I left right now, I could do it, but yeah, I'm not doing that. She's all right.
Well, it's good to hear she's okay. That's
yeah, well, that's why I asked her if she I thought she'd said she passed out, but she said she got hit in the chest. I was like, oh. But she said it hit her in the chest and in the head. Like, it must have. I know if somebody lost their grip on it and it came back and hit her, how else do you get
hit in the head and chest by the same club?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that if it just flings back and the handle hits you one place and the putting part or whatever you call it. I don't know anything about golf, but
well, it relieves me that she called me and not the school. I'm like, well, if you can call me, you're all right for a little bit. Like, you can wait until I'll be there an hour and a half. Not taking you to the emergency room.
I saw a story this week that really surprised me. It was a Chinese family. I don't really do a lot of news stories anymore, but this one was crazy. There was a Chinese family. They adopted a dog. Every day, it ate a box of fruit and 2 buckets of noodles. Mm. It never stopped growing after 2 years. Then they got suspicious because it started walking on its hind legs.
They realized it was a bear?
Not just a bear. They called the police, and it's an Asiatic black bear, which is protected in China.
Oh, wow. That would be fun. Well, I saw someone on Facebook posted not on Facebook, this was on Twitter. Somebody that I follow was like, look at this dog I found. We're going to take it to the vet tomorrow. Is anybody, missing a dog or whatever? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's not a dog. That's a coyote. Like, did they seriously? When I looked at it, I'm like, this must be a joke. Like, this is one of those, I got a new dog, haha. But no, they were serious because they posted the next day. They're like, we took it to the vet. And the vet was like, this is not a dog. I'm like, wow. I just assumed you were kidding. Like this.
What happened to it?
They had to let it go. I mean,
I didn't know if the animal control people would take it and release it somewhere, or they just give it back to the people. Okay,
I don't know. They found it while they were hiking, so
yeah, that's it
was. It had to have been sick. Otherwise, it would have never gone with them to begin with. That's not how many nice coyotes do you hear about?
Not too many, that's for sure.
Unless it was raised by humans and then released. And then now it's like, hey, I don't know how to live and be a coyote. So it found some new humans. It's like, hey, feed me.
That's what I wonder about with the black bear. It lived with these people for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it looks like...
How would you know it's a bear before 2 years? I mean, that's a long time. Yeah.
That's what I was kind of wondering. I mean, your first clue should be when it hibernated the first year. Well, this dog's been asleep for 3 months.
My first clue is the fact that it ate fruit and noodles. Like, that's not a dog's diet. In fact, my dogs will eat just about anything except fruit or noodles.
My favorite part was there was a police officer on the news who was talking about it and said since the person was so forthcoming and contacted them and was cooperative, they'll get a reduced punishment for owning the black bear since it's a protected species. And I thought, man, that's kind of fucked up. These people they're clearly not the smartest people.
Yeah, they didn't take it like, wow, let's see what happens when we take in this bear.
So in my mind, since they seem kind of stupid, they're probably already struggling.
Yeah, probably.
Now you're going to punish them on top of that.
Yeah, and for something dog. They lost a pet. They're being punished. And they're just stupid to begin with. Those poor people. I saw something interesting actually when I was driving over here, and I want to make sure I get a picture of it on the way home. And maybe that's something you can put up on Facebook. But these people have actually cut this topiary in their front yard, and the top of it is a dick. I mean, it's just clearly. And I'm like, I don't know if you're going for a mushroom. It seems to have a large, stout base long for a mushroom. But I'm like, you clearly put a lot of time and effort in sculpting this thing just right. Maybe it's a house of a doctor.
When you go back by to get the picture, you should check to see if there's a urethra at the top.
It's like has like these swirls at the bottom, but then it like the top is this glorious penis.
We should go by with 2 big rocks. I got some in my backyard and just put 2 of them right in front of it.
You are missing something. Your penis isn't anatomically correct. Or maybe his wife took the balls. She chopped his balls off and she's keeping them in the backyard.
Oh my God. How embarrassed would you be if you didn't even realize that you did something like that?
I mean, seriously, I will take the picture. I will send it to you.
I have
see
to say,
it every time I drive out here, but it's like I never think to take a picture. And today I was like, damn, I'm going to get a picture.
Some people just don't know. And a good example of that, I was in a speech class in high school. There was this really pretty girl. I'm not going to say her name. She was very popular and really smart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was pretty much the total package. All the guys in the class thought she was cute.
So she didn't talk to you. You didn't know her.
No, we weren't friends. We were just in the same class. We weren't friends.
Yeah.
So she gets up there, and we had to mime things and get people to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
She gets up there and just starts sucking dick like you wouldn't believe. And all the guys are just like, holy shit. And nobody's even trying to guess what she's doing. Yeah. We're all just soaking it in. She was eating an ice cream.
Fantasy.
She was eating an ice cream cone. That's not what we saw.
Who eats an ice cream cone like that?
So maybe that person just is a little oblivious to sexual things.
Maybe it's an old lady who always had sex with her husband with the lights off, in the dark. Nightgown on, like purely for procreation. I don't know. When I look at it, I'm always like, penis! It's a penis at the end of someone's driveway.
Maybe there just wasn't a lot of girth at the bottom to make it a mushroom. There was enough to swirl, though, right?
Yeah, you can see for yourself when I send you the picture, which is sad because it'll be me driving, holding my phone, like, come on.
All right. Well, do you have anything you want to promote before you go?
Actually anymore, I am very active on the Twitters, but I've kind of moved away from using the Mama Kate. Although I am at Mama Kate is angry, all lowercase, but I am listed under my real name, which is Katie Cush Shivler. I just decided if I'm going back to comedy, I want to go back as myself. I mean, I may not necessarily use the whole hyphenated name, but I stand behind what I say. I stand behind what I tweet. A lot of it is political anymore because that's just what I'm into right now. But so if people want to find me there, message me on there. I love being nosy and getting in people's business and posting on threads I have no business posting on. But I'm always nice. I never call people names. I never cuss people out. Like, I always stick to the facts, stick to the issues. I have dedicated rules for myself on Twitter.
Sounds good. Fran Kissling will be calling in starting next week to give guests the Swiss quiz. I'm looking forward to that. And let me know what you think about the new intro music. Speaking of Twitter, listener Chris Doyle tweeted to me and told me that he didn't care for it. And I'd like to know what the rest of you guys think. Send an email to me, Jason.
Didn't care for what?
The new.
Oh,
intro
the new.
music.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, I stopped paying attention to you a minute ago. I just caught that. Didn't like it. I'm like, didn't like what?
So let me know what you think. Send me an email, jason@wedon'thavecookies.com. I know it's going to be hard to adjust after I used the old one for so long, but no matter what, it's got to be better than the first intro music that we had when I started the podcast. And I was a guest on Dave Nelson's podcast, Comedy A Go-Go, this week. Please go listen to that. I'll have a link to it in the show notes. And next week, I'll be talking to the person who has helped me lose 15 pounds in the last 3 weeks.
Your wife? You're finally going to talk to her, Jason, huh?
Yeah. It's personal trainer Mark Jensen. You may know him from the last season of Big Brother, and he may have his girlfriend on with him, Elena Davies, who's also on that season. If you're a Big Brother fan like myself, then you know them, and you know it's going to be a fun show. Both of them were on the entire season for the most part. And also on that episode will be the first legally blind man to write, direct, edit, and star in their own film. It's Australia's own Guff. He's been on the podcast before. If you want, you can check it out. The episode was titled Guff, so it should be easy to find. He has a new comedic short film coming out called A Day in the Life of a Personal Trainer. We're going to be talking about that among a few other things. And I think that's it for me. So make sure you follow Mama Kate on Twitter at Mama Kate is Angry. I'm Jason Marshall and the number 2. And I'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
I just prefer not to talk to people.